Hello and welcome to the Aaron Resource Program, podcast program, whatever you want to call it. Today, just a short audio piece. I just wanted to share with you, in this 14-day protocol, which you're doing everything every day. Walking is such an important part of this. But it's also a really good way to, walking's great exercise anyway, right? And when you're in nature, there's other chemical compositions that do get made within you that feel good. We're talking about a positive thing, right? It's a good part. Now, what you'll find out in this protocol is all the 14, days is all about good stuff. But walking, why do we walk? We move. We move our own energy, and we can collect things on the way. If there was a synchronicity, downloads and signs and things like that, then how do you think they would come to us? They wouldn't come to us if we were stagnant sitting in our own room. We couldn't manifest something and then sit there and wait for it. It's an impossibility that could actually happen. But if we know what we want, we have full belief, and then we go out about our day and we move energy around, those things can come to us, and it's all energetic. And once again, we don't know what we don't know, but I want you to know that your walking is doing so many things during these 14 days, and it's important that you just get out and take that first step. You get moving, and then you start walking, and then it gets addictive and you want more. If you can walk on the beach, even better. If you're out in nature, even better. It's about processing as well. There's lots of processing that goes when you're out walking. Your senses are taking everything in, but it might be that time where everything's quietened down. There's nothing coming at you work-wise. There's nothing coming family-wise or whatever. And so therefore you get time to process. You're in this, this docile frequency of just walking along, absorbing great energies, helping the chemical composition, which are healthy compositions of chemicals that don't get you sick, and you're walking along and you're processing things. It's so important to the overall program, but everything in the program is just as important as everything else. But I just wanted to talk about the little walking part and how often you can't do it too much, right? I used to, even before and after the program, walking's always been a big part of my life because I've always lived near the ocean. I love the ocean, and I really like to get out and pound the pavement, they say. And so getting out and walking during the 14 days, it actually made walking more enjoyable again for some reason. Yes, I probably got out and talked to myself a bit, walking along, having those conversations with yourself, and that's cool. Putting things in I said in other podcasts that mentally, their frequencies, thermograph, electricity going to a chemical process with the different things within the processes, millions of processes of the body. So the thoughts are very imprint on your life. But you imagine when you say those thoughts out aloud, then your consciousness gets to hear them, and that's another level again. So when you're out on the walk, I get up every day and I look in the mirror and I go, hey, you look younger every day, mate. You are looking younger every day. And what this is doing is getting everything, my consciousness, anything that would be aiding in my body's processes, to hear that and then to align to it, and then to actually start working towards that vision. And alternatively, you could see how you get up every day and look in the mirror and go, oh, fuck, I look like shit. I feel like shit. Oh, I am shit. And how that would affect and how that could also be met with thing. And that's how, obviously, sick people stay sick. There's a whole other psychology around sickness and why people get sick, stay sick, want to be sick. And it's for some pretty things that are very subtle, but we don't realize that we're doing it. Walking itself is a great medium form of exercise. And if you think about it, right, I'm talking about homeostatic alignment. I'm saying that if you align with your natural state and your body gets into higher states, your immune's boosted, your DNA's, got the messengers from the right type of food that it's meant to have. When you get into this homeostatic alignment, when you get into alignment, your body works better and it heals things that it can't heal in that dysregulated, lowered state that it is at the moment. So you could imagine when we're talking about alignment, some people that have chronic anxiety or cancer things, some of the causes of their disease is actually excessive exercise. It's fucking with the chemical compositions. It's just gone way too far, way too much. Like, everything in balance is great, right? But anytime you do something, even things we love, we do so much, we don't enjoy them anymore. And so what you're finding is the alignment means that you can start putting filters on your life to see whether something is making it too much of an impact in a direction or something is aligning you more naturally. Now, if you were doing that, you'd look at walking and you'd go, well, walking's low impact, burns calories, changes chemical composition. There's so many benefits that it's because it's aligning, right? It's not imposing or changing something out of its natural patterns or templates or things like that. And so we find that we're going to have things in the future that we can put filters to, and we can go, okay, someone the other day said to me, oh, Colin, I've got a plunge pool, do you want to jump in there? And I went, nah, that will age me more than I want to age. I want to live longer. And they're like, how can that? It's so good for you, and there's all this stuff out there. And I'm like, no, someone marketed it to you. You feel the difference in, when you jump into a cold pool, every single sense wants to waken up and be invigorated and things, but at the end of the day, that's an impactful way. It's not a alignment way of making you live longer. So we can see that homeostatic alignment is going to be the key to living longer. And we have in the past, if you look back at the history, humans have lived for hundreds of years, all out throughout history, different times, periods and bits and pieces, and there's no reason why we can't again. There's reasons for all of that as well, and walking is going to be part of that. So walking is, I can't emphasize how good it is, but it's really part of this program. So get out and do your walking.